When you work on a big project, it's often convenient to break it up into smaller pieces, with each piece in its own source file. Now, processing doesn't care about this at all. Conceptually, when you hit the Run button, all of your PDE files get merged into one big file, and that gets run. So breaking things up into individual pieces is really for our convenience, but it's super convenient. Let me show you. Here's a new processing sketch, which I've called Big Project. Let's take a look at the folder. Here's the folder for Big Project, and if I open it up, you can see that there's exactly one file inside, bigproject.pde. That's the processing source file we're used to. Now let's add some more files. So let's add some generic stuff to this file, just so it has some contents. There we go. It's not much of a program, but it's something. Now let's suppose we want to do something very complicated inside of Draw. Let's say, draw a solar system. So let's call a routine that I'll call Draw the Solar System. We could, of course, put the routine Draw the Solar System right into this file, but let's imagine that that's a big, complicated thing. Conceptually, it might be easier to stick it in its own file. That way we know anytime we want to work on the solar system, we go to the other file. When we just want to do basic stuff like change the size of the screen or change the background color, we'll stick with this file. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll create a new file. The easiest way to do that is to go to this button, the right pointing arrow in a square box. When I click on it, I get this menu. What we want to do right now is to create a new tab. A new tab corresponds to a new file. So I'll select New Tab. The status bar changes. Now it's an orange color, and it's prompting us for the name of the new file. Now this can be any name we want as long as it follows processing rules, which really boils down to letters and numbers only and no spaces. So let's call this Solar System. So in the name box, I'll just type Solar System. I don't have to type .pde. Processing will add that for us. Now I'll click the OK button. And we have a new tab. If you look up in the tab bar, we have two tabs. Big Project is the one that's hidden, so it's a slightly darker color. Solar System is the one that's in front. To bring a Big Project back to the front, I'll just click on the tab. Notice that the Big Project tab has the little double S sign. That means it's not yet saved. So that's telling us, hey, you probably want to save this. As soon as we save, that will go away. So in fact, let me hit Control S right now. In the status bar, you can see it says Done Saving. And in the tab, the little double S's went away. So I'll copy the call to draw the solar system, so I know I get it right. And I'll switch to the solar system tab. And let's just put some stuff in here. I'll try to create something for Draw the Solar System. Let's just draw a yellow circle for the sun. There, it's not much of a solar system, but that'll do for now. Notice that the Solar System tab has the little double S on it. If I hit Save now, and I'll hit Control S to save, it's saved and the little double S goes away. I mentioned this earlier for small projects. It's even more important for big projects. You want to generally save before you run, and I do it almost every time. Because if something goes wrong when you're running your program and it crashes, you will lose everything up until the last time you saved. Processing does not auto-save for you. So if you spend a half an hour building up a complicated solar system, forget to save, run your code, and something bad happens and processing crashes, you'll lose everything. So the safe route is to just always save before you run, which is what I do. If I run this, we should get a light gray background with a yellow sun in the middle, and sure enough, there it is. And of course, we can make solar system very complicated if we want. Let's look at the folder structure. Here's the folder for our project, Big Project. And notice it has two PDE files, one for each tab. Just for fun, let's make one more tab. In addition to drawing the sun, I'll draw a planet. Where a planet's going to come from? Well, let's make a new tab. So I'll go to the right pointing arrow in the square box, click it, I'll choose New Tab, and let's just call this Planet. Select OK, or just hit the carriage return. And notice that we have a new tab, and they're sorted alphabetically. So Planet has landed between Big Project and Solar System. So let's get the call. Here it is, draw planet. I'll copy it out of here, paste it into here, and let's draw a green Earth. Obviously, I'm just picking silly numbers out of my hat to demonstrate this. So now if I run this program, well, the Earth is on top of the Sun, which would be bad for the inhabitants of the Earth, but fine for this demonstration. So that's the operation of our new tab. So to walk again through the tabs, Big Project calls Draw the Solar System. That happens to be in another tab. It's in another file, but processing doesn't care. And if we look at Solar System, it does some stuff and it calls Draw Planet, and Draw Planet is off in another tab. And again, processing doesn't care. It'll look through all the tabs, but here's Draw Planet. So processing thinks of all the tabs really as one big file. But for convenience, each tab is its own file. And if we look at the folder, there we are. We have 3 PDE files. This is a great way to break up big, complicated projects. As a final note, when you hit save, you save all of the files in the project, not just the tab that's in front. So notice that right now, all 3 tabs have been changed. So they all have that double S sign. If I save the project, all 3 files get saved and everything is clean and ready to run.